I'm here tutoring her, helping her a little bit. I was like, so what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm in college, and I'm in a 3-2-3-3-3-2 program, and after 5 years, like, I'm gonna get an engineering degree, and then after 5 years, I get a master of engineering, and then, I'm gonna be this engineer and everything. And I was like, yeah, what? And I checking him out. It's like going to my older daughter's room, and I kick her out the bed, and she wakes up. She goes, what? I said, hey, Mom. She's like, what? I was like, that dude out there is gonna be an engineer, master in engineering. Go talk to him. Put on some good clothes too. She was like, Daddy, stop playing matchmaker. I said, when that guy graduates, you're gonna be able to talk to himself. Get him now. But it's always a little joke between me and them. But I'm really proud of him so he was almost my son-in-law too. But, I was speaking to some people in St. Thomas on Father's Day, and I spoke for I didn't even realize it. They told me after I spoke for an hour about projects in St. Thomas. And after the lady came up to me and she said, Governor, how do you keep all of that stuff in your head? How do you remember every single thing and every question with every project that's going on? How do you do it? And to me, it's not a bunch of things in my head. It's a vision. So when you can see it as a vision, it doesn't seem like pieces. It seems like one beautiful quilt instead of a bunch of pieces of cloth. So when we talk about this move today, it is significant in so many ways, but you got to understand what it means to Christianstead on a whole, because what we have done in terms of town, we've now sold King Zali, and that has created an expansion of the King Christian Hotel. They're going to build about 14 more rooms. They're going to connect that. They're going to improve the front. And in that same thing, we still negotiated the lease for the hotel on the Key. That's another 80 brand new room hotel that's going on over there. The National Park is cooperating, creating the new pier. And as you go around, you look at Hospital Street, you notice that they're developing the houses now that are going along there. The boardwalk is going to continue and go all the way into Gallows Bay. There's going to be a brand new top-of-the-line hotel on that pier too. When you go into Gallows Bay now, we've already put up the money to put the new pier there by Panchi, as we all know it. And it's going to be bigger now because we have more boats coming into there already. We fixed the road coming down that goes right into what will be our new small ship cruise port. We're going to tear down all of those things. Darwin's going to send out an RFP. We're going to put a marina there on that other side and a bunch of new stores there. That whole road go all the way around to the lagoon. Everything is going to be repaired. The lagoon is going to be back. And right all the way up into Spring Gut, where we'll soon be announcing new properties for new middle-income houses to be built there as well. When we talked about in 2007 about doing this, we were still also talking about the free trade zone that is now from the west gate of Hess all the way down to the airport. Yesterday I sat with Port Hamilton. That's the right name. Port Hamilton, they talked about what they're going to do there in the terminal. I sat with them yesterday about renewables now. They're putting in solar. To imagine solar to run a refinery. Isn't that awesome? And then getting the Western refinery, we got to take that down. And what we're going to do there, we're going to try to put in some more operations. The $69 million that we're going out to seek for now to repair this whole container port, expand it, the new container port that's going in, that's going to be even more resilient because we've undergrounded now WAPA all the way down to our main port. Yeah. We're in a discussion now about putting a shipyard right here in Crouse Lagoon Channel so ships can come in here from all over the world and get repaired, along with a new registry that we're talking about. So boats now can register in the Virgin Islands. That will be complemented by a brand new 40 megawatt solar plant, at least 40 megawatt, that's going to go right here in this space too. Guess what that's next to? A brand new racetrack that we allowed for our drag racing. We got Renaissance to get land to give us, so now we have a turnaround lane that the cars could come back. That's going to have drag racing for Labor Day. We see it. We move on to our horse racing. We're just about there with the deal now to finish that track. Across the street, we got the brand new terminal that we're going to be putting in the money to get the design to finally get jetways here and in St. Thomas, so that when people come off the plane, they don't get wet. The final two projects of the highway are going to be effectuated this summer when we finish the expansion of the entrance to go in here. So now you're going to have a turn lane instead of praying for God when you come at the cars roaring past you when you want to go to Lorraine. We're also going to complete that road that goes all the way down. And what it means to Christiansted, because now that we built Spanish Town under the John DeYoung administration, the switching center, we already started the discussions about moving WAPA completely out of Frederick Christiansted and putting it on the south shore of the island, giving us back Chabot, Kennedy, and the whole of our downtown area. It's amazing when you go to Frederiksted and you see the work that we have done and undergrounded so that there's no more brown water anymore. The kids have a beautiful park. The courts look pretty. The bathrooms have been totally redone. There's a brand new pagoda and a beautiful sign saying that I love St. Croix. Yes. The Polly Joseph Stadium is going up. The road to the pool is being repaired, and over $1 million in new park benches, chains, stirrups, and stuff will be installed in downtown Frederiksted, including lighting along the boardwalk, so that now Frederiksted will get the friggin' look it deserves. The new pier that's going in there that's going to allow for a marine sector to be expanded, and for people on charter boats from St. Thomas or Tortola can now pull up to the pier on either side and come off and shop in downtown Frederiksted. This is progress. There's no pieces of the cloth that are missing. And we're making sure we're doing this stuff inland too. 2 weeks ago, we made, after almost 20 years, we made our claim to make sure that 1,000 acres of Maroon Ridge will be returned to the people of the Virgin Islands. So we'll have about 1,000 acres of green spaces that we can hike, bike, do whatever we want to on Marine Ridge forever. We are doing the things right now, and soon you'll see a piece of legislation by Senator Sammy Carrion that establishes the Virgin Islands park system. Just like the federal park system, with Smokey Bear, we'll have our very own park system. These are not accidents. So when we talk about this progress, and we talk about the vision, and I'm just talking about the vision for St. Croix, all the things that are happening is like a fantastic dream come true, and it's merry ride to progress. We know we have the Office of Disaster Recovery, but we're not recovering. You don't recover to be the sick patient you were. You transform to be this beautiful new place where we have a cargo hub that the entire Caribbean deals with every day. Over $26 billion of the $52 billion exported from the Miami ports come through the Virgin Islands to the rest of the Caribbean. I could sit here and tell you about so much more of what we're doing on this fantastic voyage. But it's not me alone. I got Bill like down. It's the 6,000 government employees that work that are doing these things every day. We are a resilient people, and Mr. Finch, we are getting ready to make sure that it becomes a cargo hub, that we capitalize on our resources in Renaissance, that we bring the refinery back online, that we make sure St. Croix is ready for triple the tourist passengers from cruise ships next year. We're getting ready. We have a meeting this Friday. We're going to bring everybody in and talk about what we need to do to get ready for that, because this administration has proven that success is painful. We got new problems now. We used to worry about how to balance the budget. Now we got to know, now our problem is how we going to spend the money. And that's a great problem to have. I really want to say today that, I love being governor, but I'm only here because I stood on the shoulders of great men like Gordon Finch and learned when I was on the board of the Port Authority what it meant to be dedicated to a cause. I mean, Mr. Finch to treat the Port Authority like it's his child. the constant dedication, the tenacity that when you stick to something, you decide you're going to do it. It doesn't matter how much times you turn down. It matters how many times you get up. Mr. Finch, thank you for your leadership. Few people know this, but I was actually the chair of the personnel committee when we hired Mr. Dow. And I made the recommendation to the board to hire Mr. Dow, and everybody swore that the fix was in. Mr. Dow was the best, not by a little bit, but by far. There was no competition. No competition. So when it came to renaming him back to finish out what he had started back in 2012, it was a tough decision because there were a lot of people against me, and what Senator Hanson Chucky said was right. She did tell me exactly that. But what a great decision that was, and how it is paying off, not for me, but for our Virginella. Mr. Dow, thank you for your leadership. We're going to give him some more money, you know, but we got to make sure that light bill keep low. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Governor Bryan. Now we get to some fun. Before we get to the ending part, which is the ribbon cutting of our ceremony, I'd like to just thank a few of our staff members that helped put this entire ceremony together. They were here till late last night. Mr. Dean Plaskett, our maintenance manager, and his team, they are amazing. Miss Michelle George, thank you for all that you have done. And Nichelle Armstrong, she's here this morning with us. Gail Shenery, I love you. And Julie's Holder, thank you so much for all your help. Now listen closely to the order that we're going to conduct the final part of our ceremony. We're going to walk out through this bay. We're going to go through the building to the front for the ribbon cutting. After the ribbon cutting, there's an unveiling of a bust of Mr. Finch. After the unveiling of the bust, we'll come back through the building for a brief tour, and then we get to lunch. Yay! Okay, so we're going through the right bay. Okay? No more singing.